And may I, friends, amidst one more thunderous round of applause from all of you, invite Swami Anubhavananda to address us.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Building strategy management according to few examples from Mahabharat. When I go out of India, I get opportunity to be myself. I ride horses. Here I had to ride donkeys. I see movies. Here I had to face the camera all the time. So I saw a recent movie, and that movie is, many of you might have heard the name and the book, Arjuna and Bhagavan. And this movie is presenting the game of golf. Golf has got 18 holes. Bhagavad Gita has got 18 chapters. And therefore, golf is a holy game. And the story goes, during the Second World War, it's a very celebrated book. So, during the Second World War, one particular commander goes and everything is destroyed, and he alone survives somehow, feels dejected, frustrated, and comes back. And goes into depression, hibernation. Depression, hibernation means what? Liquid spirituality. So he goes into it. So, when this happens, there is one lady. The whole Mahabharat or Ramayana is built around ladies. So what more strategy you want? Isn't it? Imagine when Duryodhana came in the forest where Pandavas were living in their newly constructed magic home, where the ground was looking like waters and waters were looking like ground. That was the virtual scenario, not the actual. And when Duryodhana falls, Draupadi laughs. If that time Duryodhana also would have laughed in joining hands with Draupadi, Mahabharat would never have been. See, one of the simplest way to live in this world is to laugh at yourself and smile at others. But we do the other way around. Isn't it? So, in that movie, when he is so depressed, dejected, he is lost, and there is one lady. That time, she is very rich lady, filthy rich lady. She has got lot of property and all that, and a very big golf course. There is a big depression. Everybody, those who are very rich people, they were sweeping the stores or the roads like that. And she decides that let me have the golf tournament. So everybody opposes. During this time, who is going to come? She said, don't worry. People have got time for foolishness more than for wisdom. And she catches that moment so correctly, and she goes and convinces two giants in the golf. And they agree, and big announcement. Now, who is going to play from our village? So there was one boy, he is very much fan of that man who is a very good golfer. So he goes and tells, and somehow or the other, he inspires that drunkard. And he said, no, my swing has gone. I don't have a swing anymore. You know, in golf, what is required is a swing. So I don't have that. Now I don't know how I'm going to do that. And he just thinks what to do, what not to do, and tries, takes the tee and the ball, and that time from nowhere, Bhagavan comes. And that character, Mr. Bhagavan, is a black character. And Arjuna was a white character. And he has such a smiling face. They are one of the best actors in the Western cinema. Hollywood movie it was. DreamWorks, the breakaway group from the Disneyland. They have made wonderful movies. Do see that if you get chance. So, he has got a very smiling face and he laughs at him and tells, this is how you should play. So he gets angry that Arjuna, his name is Arjuna, Juna. The Arjuna gets very angry. Actually, it's Arjun. So Arjuna gets angry and he says, you show me. So he is dancing like Krishna, you know, with a flute in the hand. So he is dancing and all that, chewing gum. He said, by dancing nothing happens. He said, anyway, nothing has happened, nothing will happen, don't worry, relax. And in that relaxed mood, he just goes with the hitting stick and near the tee, looks here and there, and gives one such a beautiful swing and a shot that this Arjuna is totally flattened. And then, how he goes through difficulties. And there, most wonderful dialogues based on Bhagavad Gita come up. And the only thing that really can catch our heart is every difficult situation is an opportunity given to us by the Lord. If this message is learned from Mahabharat, you have learned the whole Mahabharat. Every difficulty is an opportunity given to us. Whenever we have done wonderful, it was under stress and strain. The other day, I was in Bombay, 6-7 months before. 7 months I was out of India. So, just before going, all the judges and justice of Bombay High Court, about 100-200 of them, there was 2 days workshop on meditation. And they told me, Swamiji, we want to have freedom from stress and strain, so please teach us meditation. Meditation for freedom from stress and strain. I started. Mr. Justice Sir and all those who are present. This request for me that meditation for relieving the stress and strain is something like this. All those who have got spondylosis, fractures, dislocated joints and arthritis are welcome to join the gym. Gym is meant for healthy people, not the useless one. Meditation is not for those who are utter failures and therefore go to meditation. That means I am of that kind. See? Therefore, what we have to look into the Mahabharat. What is the strategy developed? Only one strategy. And that strategy is again brought out in another book which I am reading these days. Rather, it's an audio book. It's a very beautiful one. You might have also heard the name. Thomas Friedman, he has written a book. The World is Flat, and this is 2005 bestseller in US. It's got a national award also. And in that he brings out, when you start listening or reading that book, it is as if he is advocating for India. He starts with Bangalore. And the basic point that is brought out is If we really want to achieve success in management, we must break the barriers of Gujarati, Marathi, Bengali, Indian, non-Indian. See? In any production chain, there is R&D, there is strategy, there is production, there is marketing, then hardware, software, all of them. And we need not do them under one roof, no necessity. Today the world is becoming so flat that you can book your barber's shop in USA by sitting in the Bangalore. Haircut online. So what will be the best strategy? The best strategy is this, that let us break all the barriers. There was a time initially when the world turned into globalization, the first stage, I am referring to Friedman. It was a struggle to prove where my country stands in the whole world. And that time the strength was the hardware, the steam engines and the muscle power. Then the second stage of globalization came, where the country's barriers were broken and the multinationals started sprouting up. And there the competition was where my company stands in comparison to any multinational company, doesn't matter what country it belongs to. And the third stage where we are in today, it is neither the country that is important, nor the multinational company that is important. Where do I as an individual stand and outwit others? That is the strategy today we have to take. Otherwise, we put on only the blinkers and we don't want to see. Me and my dhokla, the highest achievement in life. See, if we really want to succeed in life, we have to do this. Let us break and destroy all the barriers that will bring halt to our progress in the speed of globalized existence. There was a time when both the superpowers, Russia and USA, Khrushchev will have a hotline with Eisenhower and a constant threat. It was a hotline with a threat. Today, USA has a helpline to India, not a hotline. Earlier, they used to look down upon Indians because I am moving throughout the world. Now the change has come so much. And it is not because of the hardware, but the software. See? A confused American, he has got GPS on his car. How to get the directions. And he gets lost. Even then he gets lost. They are expert in fooling themselves. So, they will immediately dial. Excuse me, I am lost in Manhattan. I had to go to such and such place. And a sweet girl from Bangalore with the American accent starts talking. This is Anne. Her actual name is Anjali Srinivasan. But she has become Americanized. Now I am Anne. Oh, you are just near the corner. After 2 exits, take the 3rd exit and then take the left. You are there. Oh, thank you so much. I thought I was totally lost. No, you cannot. You are American. Bracket FOOL. Bracket. The strategy is, let us keep our attention on the goal. Don't get lost in these small little things. Like the other day I was in Detroit. This is about 15, 20 years before. And there was a gathering where the VHPs have organize a group, and I was also called there for addressing. So I was one Babaji, there was one Jain Muni, and there was one professor. So Jain Muni was elderly person, so I requested, sir, you please start. He started. And after he finished, he said, now I request Swamiji to take over. So relay race kind of thing, I continued. And after I finished, then came the time for the professor, who had prepared his lecture and books and bookmarks and everything, and with the whole thing, he came to the podium, and then he saw these two Babajis started firing without looking into the book. He started, after 10 minutes, I am so sorry, I don't know what I have been talking, let me read my lecture. And he read his lecture. And there was such a great commotion and chaos. So the organizers were shaky. Swamiji, what should we do? I said, take water in the sieve and jump. No. Don't make jokes at this time. I said, no, I don't have to make. You are self-sufficient. Why do I have to make jokes? So he said, please guide us something, everything is being, shattered, going in the wrong direction. I said, okay. Now you say, now I request Swamiji to summarize the whole thing. So he again came. And I told one simple thing. I said, look here. You have to break that funny idea that India means Ase to Himachala. No. Go beyond that. Today's India, what we talk of, is a gift to us by the Britishers. India was never in this form. There were small kingdoms here and there, fighting mutually. So earlier, the kings were fighting mutually. Now, the politicians, they fight mutually. Fighting is going on. See? So what is required is that we get out of all this and let the fighting job be given to the politicians. They are good at it. We are failure. We will not do that. Those who are failures in life, they go to politics. Those who are failures in politics, they come to life. So, the strategy that Bhagavan Sri Krishna has followed in Mahabharat. Once there was a mirror seller who came to Dwarka. And he was selling the mirrors. And the uniqueness of those mirrors was, if you see into the mirror, you will not see your face. You will see the face whom you love the most. So, all his wives, 16,108, so everybody was seeing Bhagavan Sri Krishna in that, because everybody used to love him. Now all of them thought, hey, let us see whom this Krishna loves. Because they knew he loves, but they were doubting also, because he is equal with everybody. So, Bhagavan said, forget about it, it's okay, doesn't matter. No, we want. And they forced a mirror in his hand. And you know, whom could he see? Imagine. Rukmini, Satyabhama, Arjun. Then he saw Shakuni. Of all the people. Because that was the time when the earth was having so much of celestial beings. All Pandavas were not belonging to the mortal world. All Kauravas were the same time. Dronacharya, Bhishmacharya, they were not average people. All the Yadavas, they were the most terrible ones, now also. Now to handle such a terrible force, how to do, what to do now? So the best technique was to make them mutually fight with each other. And then what he was doing? He was having a chewing gum and enjoying his life. And when these Pandavas and Kauravas started fighting with each other, he saw that everybody is wiped out. And yet, he did not forget that the strategist that I am, I have also left a huge legacy of 16,108 multiplied by 10 children. Bhagwan doesn't have to send his children to university. His university was in-house. And all these children became so terrible. So Bhagwan thought, no, what is to be done with them? So he made them get a curse. He told, look here, always respect and revere the wise people. But when you get power, wisdom is divorce and foolishness takes possession. Konyosti sadrusho maya, who is like me? I can do anything. So, his children went and insulted some saint and got a curse. And in that curse, the story is different. I'll just come to the point. And all of them come towards the end at Prabhas. And there, they are supposed to do all the Kriya Karma of the departed ones. They are not supposed to take non-vegetarian drinks, etc. She tells, don't do that. Yet, they all start doing it. And they get intoxicated, mentally, intellectually corrupted, and start fighting with each other. And ultimately, Bhagwan's strategy was to eradicate all the Yadavas before he goes. But he failed. And we suffer. See, wherever there is a suffering, it is a failure of the God. Therefore, friends, the idea should be in any strategy management that we should have a clarity of goal. What is the goal that we want to achieve? Like, one of my book is coming, being printed in Delhi, published by Pearson's Education Private Limited. And it is Management with a Difference, the Gita way. There I have brought out this topic about the strategy management. In any strategy management, one of the most important thing is what required is we should not be emotionally weaklings. If you are required in the interest of the job to be done positively and a better way, break all barriers. Otherwise, Swadeshi, one of the best method of destroying yourself. If I have to die, I will die only here. Why you die? You live. Don't talk the language of dying. Because today, if we have to talk about living in this world, which is now becoming flat, or it has become flat, and we have to break all those old thoughts. One day, one person was telling me, Swamiji, in your talk, you please talk about this thing, that people should not buy goods from other countries, they should buy only Indian things and all that. I said, hey, I will not talk that way. Why, you are not patriotic? I said, no, I am realistic. Why? I said, only the consumers should be patriotic. What about the producers? If I am spending 10 lakhs of rupees to buy a car and get a dabba because it is Indian. No. Compete, come forward and compete at the international level and prove your best, as we have done in the field of the software competition. Therefore, if today we have to plan any strategy, our old way of thinking has to be given up. There was a person who came to interview me. He asked me, Swamiji, what are the 5 points you tell in today's managers? I said, point number 1, readiness to change yourself. 2, ability to change yourself. 3, discard the old ways of thinking. 4th, be courageous to accept what is right and what is wrong and go ahead accordingly. And the last and the most important thing is, you should be updated till the last moment. You can't live in yesterday's homeopathy. No, you have to come up to date. If this challenge is taken, you will see you are bound to be successful. Before anything happens in USA, it should be known to us. That kind of information technology is available. Why not take use of it? There is a friend of mine, he is an Ayurveda person. He asked me, Swamiji, can you suggest me something, I want to really do more and more business and I am not able to go out of India and all that. I said, I'll tell you, if you do that, you don't have to go out of India. Online weight loss. See? And I gave him the complete project. And I put him along with the software person also. I said, now you go ahead and develop this plan. And 50% commission apna. Because it is intellectual property. See? And now they are working on it. He says, Swamiji, really, I think it will click. I said, I guarantee you it will click. Don't have your vision that today your market and the customers are only in Ahmedabad. No, go out of Ahmedabad. Stay in Ahmedabad, but fool the world around. And when you take this approach to your life, you will see that there is no limit to your growth. And for that, we come across many strategies which are right and which are wrong. Few of them I told you right strategies. I will tell you a wrong strategy which has failed in Mahabharat. If you look at Mahabharat as a story of revenges, you come across the following things. One example only I will give you. During the childhood, this Dronacharya and his friend, the friend was from a royal family and Dronacharya was a Brahmin poor fellow and studying together in the Gurukul. And that time he used to tell, hey my friend, don't worry, when I become the king, I will give you half the kingdom. Childhood friendship, childhood promises, they should be taken in that light. But this Dronacharya Brahmin, he took them real words. And when the time came, he had not even half a liter of milk to be given to his son Ashwathama. So his wife Krupi told, you told me that you have got a friend and he is such a big king and he said like that, why don't you go and ask him? So, as per the advice given by the wife, when man works, this is what happens. I am referring Mahabharat. I am not creating Mahabharat. So, he goes and tells, oh king, you know, we were friends when we were in school. Yes, I remember. You had told that you will give me half the kingdom. Now here I have come. So the king says, look here, it's okay. We must have said as a child, but it's okay. What is your problem? You want half liter milk for your son. I will make bandobast for the whole life. He will get half liter throughout life, even if he grows. He feels insulted. If you don't give me, I'll teach you a lesson. And with that revengeful attitude, he comes back, trains Pandavas and Kauravas, and when the Guru Dakshina time comes, that time this stupid Brahmin asks, Arjun, if you want to give me something, go and tie him down and bring him back as Guru Dakshina. Don't kill him. And Arjuna was powerful. And to give Dakshina to his Guru, he did this. Do you call such a person as a Guru? Who teaches revenge from his disciple? So he goes, and thereafter he ties down the king and brings. And now the dumb that he was, Dronacharya, he should have finished him there itself, but he humiliates him. Today you are my slave. I can do anything to you. And that foolish fellow, but I will forgive you. I am not like you. And the king is released. Do you think that king will go and eat vada pav? He will work on that. And he started working. He did the yajna, out of which Draupadi and her brother, they came. And he was born only to kill Dronacharya. See, what was the strategy? It was a wrong one. Never give one single chance to the enemy. Once enemy, always enemy in the strategy. Don't bring your philosophy, don't bring your culture, don't bring your tradition when it means business. This is where many of us are going wrong. If you want to really market your product, if you can boldly and intelligently market, you can make millions by marketing cow dung cakes. And if you can't do that, your diamonds will remain unsold. So when you are having a strategy in any field, don't do it half-heartedly. Go boldly ahead. And once you take this strategy, then there is no turning back. Go boldly, may what happen. Then you will see success is bound to be in our life. This was an example where a wrong strategy was adopted by Dronacharya. Another wrong strategy that he has adopted. Again, Dronacharya, I am not against him, okay? I am just analyzing. When Ekalavya outwitted Arjun, just to prove that my Arjun is superior than anybody in this world, what he has done? He did not promote a competent person, but he has cut his thumb and proved him to be inferior. This is what our governments are doing. Instead of promoting the qualified genius intellectuals of our country, they are being put down, and all the dumbs are being brought up under the disguise of helping them. We are creating bonsais and not the huge trees. A bonsai looks beautiful only on a table inside your drawing room, which can support hundreds of mosquitoes to sit on. But the same tree, if it grows under the sky, a huge banyan tree, it can support millions of birds. So our strategy today should be, wherever there are genius people, doesn't matter what color, caste, creed, religion they are, they should be given a full chance and liberty. Why the people run away is only because of this nepotism, biasness, under the disguise of helping. We are not helping them. We are making creepers out of them. I remember one story I told you long time back. By God's grace, you all must have forgotten. And this is the story, only a Gujarati girl can do it. She was from one of the places in Gujarat and migrated to Mumbai. You know the story of the biography of a Gujarati? Did I tell you? Recently I wrote one book, Autobiography of a Yogi. You must have heard, isn't it? Everybody has read that book, Autobiography of a Yogi. I have written a book, Autobiography of a Gujarati. Every Gujarati is born in Navsari. Then that Gujarati, wants to go to Ahmedabad. They don't say Ahmedabad. I have to go to Ahmedabad. Then I come to Ahmedabad. Then after that, I want to go to Mumbai. Gujarati never goes to Bombay. I want to come to Mumbai. Then I goes to Mumbai. Then after going to Mumbai, now I want to go to America. Gujarati destination America. So he goes to America. Rather, I goes to America. Third person singular. After going there, then I want a green card. Then I get a green card. Then I want to become the citizen. Then I become a citizen. By then, it is 65 years old. Then I want to come back to Navsari. Where you want to go, wherever you go, there you are, the source of all the problems. See? Therefore, this Gujarati girl, she went to Bombay and she was studying, parents, everybody. 12th standard, one morning she got up from the sleep and suddenly her both legs were paralyzed. She couldn't get out of the bed. She shouted, cried, called mom. And then it was seen that there is a paralytic stroke and nothing could be done. 3-4 days she cried, everything anybody could do, she did. Then she tightened her belt and confidence in heart and commitment in understanding. And I met her in New York on a wheelchair, all independently moving. And when I saw her, I said, hi, how are you? Where are you going and all that? Then I said, did you get some accident or what? You are so sweet on moving on wheelchair at such a young age. Then she told me her story, this story. Otherwise, normally what we will do, Pata nahi Bhagwan ki kya kirpa ho gayi. I don't know what is my prarabdha. One lady told me, usage of wrong words. Swamiji, because of my prarabdha, I come to know you. So like you laugh, there were 2-3 people, they laugh. The Swamiji, why they are laughing? I said, they are fools. Because fools alone can laugh. The intelligent people cannot laugh, they suffer. And those who suffer, they can never be wise. Therefore, those who laugh, they appear to be fool to others, but basically they are wise, like you all. So, why they are laughing when I said, Swamiji, because of prarabdha I saw you? I said, they don't understand, therefore. Then those people became surprised. What happened? We are wrong or what? I said, yes, you are wrong. Do you know what is the meaning of prarabdha? When you suffer in life, it is called as prarabdha. When you celebrate in life, it is called divine grace. Now you decide whether you are suffering in life or celebrating. She is suffering because of me. Therefore, she said it's a prarabdha. See? You change the definitions and you are happy. So the strategy that our Mahabharat tells us, that don't have a thumb rule. See the situation, have the goal, clarity, and break all barriers and reach the goal. That is important. Otherwise, many times, this God's grace is such a disgrace that many of us become lazy, good for nothing. See, what is the God's grace? There was a child who walked below a mango tree and he looked at the mangoes. Oh, so nice. But they are far away, I can't get them. Bhagwan ki daya hogi to aa jayenge. And he went away. Then I was sitting there watching the whole thing. After that, another boy came. He saw. And he saw here and there, nobody's around. So he took one stone and tried to. He didn't. Second stone fell on him. Oh. Then he started jumping. He wanted to climb. He fell down. When I saw that, I said, hey, wait a minute, I'll give you a mango. I caught hold of him, lifted him, and he took the mango. The first person I did not do anything because he did not try. See? Therefore, divine grace will come to us if we put forward efforts. That is important. What was Arjuna's case? Now come to the essence of Mahabharat, is Bhagavad Gita. What was Arjuna's case? He started talking philosophy. Those who talk philosophy, they don't live philosophy, they have left philosophy. And those who live philosophy, they are wise, they don't talk like you. See? So Arjuna starts discussing, commenting, arguing. How can I do this? How can I do that? Therefore, one of the most important strategy is, first, plan your work, then work your plan. Don't go on only planning throughout life. Kya hoga, planning hi ho raha. Such people who keep on planning, they never get married, like me. Only planning. There was one girl here only, I don't remember who is she now, long time back. I went to her house also. And very sweet, beautiful girl, and from a good family, and MBA, and doing a very good industry work, and a lot of turnover. So her father told me, Swamiji, tell my daughter she is not getting married and all that. Immediately she bounced. Swamiji, do you want me to get married to any Tom, Dick and Harry? I said, no. No, you tell dad. I said, before I talk to dad, it is your question, not dad's question, so I'll talk to you. You know what is your problem? Your problem is, you want somebody more handsome than you, more intelligent than you, more creative than you, and more capable than you, more rich than you, and also who will listen to you. These two things will never go together. If you want somebody really of that kind, then accept subordination. You will get the best husband in life. No, but we are equal. So what we do equal? If I have to show that I am a woman, yet I am equal, so I will put on pant shirt. By putting on pant shirt, women can never become men. One of my friend, he asked me, Swamiji, we have this fight always with us. This happened in USA. Whenever we go for it, I tell her, why don't you, it's okay for workplace, you have to go with your pant and shirt, but when we go for social gatherings, why don't you put on our sari and all that? It looks so nice and all that. Why should I? I am having equal rights. I am in America. America, all fools. Not like that. So, he said, Swamiji, can you tell me some strategy so that she will listen to me? I said, people use me, they don't listen to me, they use me. So, I said, I'll tell you the strategy, but don't tell that I told you, because she will not give me food afterwards. So, I agreed. I said, next time when you go, you ask, hey, honey, are you ready? Yes. What is that you have put on today? Oh, I have put on, that jean the other day we bought and a t-shirt. Okay, give me 10 minutes, I am coming. And then you go with a sari on you. And you tell her, if you have right to put on the gents' clothes, I have right to put on the ladies' clothes. And now go to that Indian social cultural gathering. Try. Change must happen at the base level, not the superficial level. Therefore, friend, if we really want to make best of our life, every situation is a unique one. Don't have the same mechanical existence in life. Live every moment cheerfully, happily, and every time the new strategy, not the old one. About this old one I'll tell you. One girl, Bombay, about 6 years, 7 years, we went out with her father whole day. And I like, when people fight, there is shouting, there is, Ashanti, I like that. So you never get disturbed. Like, if you are in Ahmedabad and if you like, the congestion, traffic congestion, you will be never miserable. So, I told her, I said, hey, we are going out. Don't you tell your dad to get something for you in the evening? Yes, I'll tell. So, Dad, kindly get me a nice chocolate bar, okay? Cadbury's 5-star. Okay. And we went. Whole day we were busy. And as usual, he has not bought it, and I knew. So when we went home, the first job was to give chabi to that girl. I said, hey, see what your dad has brought for you? And then when the Dharma Kshetra, Kurukshetra, then your time pass acha ho jata hai. That's why I don't have to watch TV. Live TV is better than the acted TV. In the TV you get actions. In the life you get reactions. Reactions are original. So, when this happened, oh, I'm so sorry, I have forgotten, dear. And she went, started playing. And my whole plan, strategy failed. I said, hey, your dad didn't bring anything for you. Don't you feel bad? She said, no, Swamiji, if he brings, then it is a surprise. I know my dad very well. I have given 100% discount to him. That is the strategy. When you refuse to have any expectation, anticipation from anybody, that is the best strategy to live in this world. Normally what happens? We want recognition, we want expectation, we want honor, we want everything. And as a result, we dig our own grave and become miserable in life. See? Therefore, see the strategy Bhagavan Sri Krishna has followed. Is it humanly possible to keep 16,108 wives happy by one person? Why by one person? By all the people? See, in this world there are how many wives? Millions and millions of them. Could anybody make any wife happy? Never. Because the very definition of wife you all know, worries invited forever. So how can you have happiness with the worries? Now in spite of that, Bhagavan Sri Krishna could keep everybody happy. What was the strategy? The strategy was never praise other person in front of the competent one. It is very simple, common sense. And when Arjuna was putting forward his logic, argument, Bhagavan was keeping quiet. He didn't talk. He was keeping quiet. And when the right opportunity came, now this is another strategy. Parents particularly to learn from Mahabharat. One child told me this in Hong Kong, our Indian child, NRI. Swamiji, Kali Yuga has come. A small child, 10, 12 years of age, Kali Yuga has come. I said, what do you mean? He said, these days parents don't listen to us. And I was so amused. I said, hey, you are a genius. Tell me what was happening in the earlier yugas. He said, why should we go in Treta and Satya Yuga? Go in the latest one, Dwapar Yuga. Then what happened? There, see, Dhritarashtra was listening everything of Duryodhana. But today's parents, they are all gone. Kali Yuga has come. They don't listen to us. So for today's parents in Kali Yuga, we must understand up to a particular limit, when we give advice, it is acceptable. But what happens? We take such a position that constantly, non-stop, go on advising. If they are standing, why are you standing? Sit down. They sit down. If they are sitting, why are you sitting? Stand up. Stand up. If they are eating their nails, why are you eating your nails? Eat mine. When Arjuna was talking non-stop, all so-called dharma, religion, philosophy, Bhagavan Sri Krishna did not give one advice. This is the most important strategy if you really want to succeed in life. And the strategy was, he did not say one word. On the contrary, he made confusion further confounded. Because when Arjuna says, kindly take the chariot between the two armies, I want to see whom with I have to fight. Bhagavan could have kept quiet. But there he says, you have to fight with your own near and dear. For example, your grandfather, your teacher, your in-laws, your outlaws. These are the people with whom you have to fight. Now Arjuna gets totally confused. That was the strategy of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. If you want somebody to listen to you, confuse him. And when he was confused, a confused person loses confidence. And when he loses confidence, he comes on toes to you. Isn't it? And when this fellow was like, there was one person who came, boy, now he is a father of 2 children. He came once. Swamiji, I am confused. I don't know whether I should get married and lead a married life, or I should follow the path of renunciation like you. So I asked many people, they told this, they told that, and I am getting confused on what I should do. I said, okay, get married. He said, how can you tell so quickly get married? Other people have analyzed deep way what are the possible good points in marriage and no marriage and all that, and you told without 1 second by default get married. What is this? I said, because those who want to take sannyas, they don't ask public opinion. And those who ask, they are fit only to get married. Don't you agree with me? So, when Arjuna is thus confused, whether I should do this or do that, and in that utter confusion, he is constantly blabbering wisdom. Be very attentive. Those who talk philosophy, they never leave one word of philosophy. See? And therefore Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, Ashochan anvashochastvam prajnavadamscha bhashase. Arjun, you are talking like a wise man. What does it mean? You are otherwise. See, this is a decent way of talking. The indecent things. And then he says, who is the wise man? Gatasuna gatasuscha nanu chochanti panditaha. A wise man is he who does not grieve because somebody dies or somebody doesn't die. We grieve for both. Suppose somebody dies, we are frustrated. Somebody doesn't die, we are still frustrated. Marta bhi nahi. This happened again in Bombay, a Gujarati family. I went to their house for food. And after food was over, then they said, Swamiji, in the other room, our grand Nani, Dadi, somebody is there. You just please bless her. So I went with a blessing mood. Till date, I have never known what is the meaning of blessing, but I do that. Because they also don't know what is the blessing, I also don't know. So, parasparam bhavayantaha. So, I went to that room for blessing. And what I saw, that old lady was in coma with all the tubes around. So, I took her hand and did the drama. Actually, I was cleaning my teeth. And then I left that hand down and came. And nobody asked any question. I was so happy. And after that everything was over, I went. After third day, again that person came and Swami, do you remember me? I said, I have forgotten God. Where will I remember you? He said, no, day yesterday you came to our house for food. I said, yes, now kharam to nahi ho sakta. Yes, I remember. Do you remember you came to our house and our Dadi Ma was ill and all that? Then my heart started coming out and going in. Ab pata nahi kya ho gaya. And he said, Swamiji, by your grace, she passed away. Ram. Because she was in that condition not for a day or two but for months together, and they were praying, oh Lord, uthao. Lord was not listening, but Lord has listened my prayer, uthao. Gatasunascha. We become miserable when somebody dies, and we also become miserable when somebody doesn't die. Bhagavan says, Arjun, you are talking like a wise man. A wise person is he who never grieves. With that you live. So what is the strategy in life? Those who become miserable because of others, they are fools of the highest order. Never become miserable because of anybody. Recent example in Washington DC. We had a camp in a hotel, meditation camp for 2-3 days. And then I used to give them time for counseling. So we used to go for a walk with one person. And we used to have some problem and discussion. One American lady, she said, Swamiji, I have got a big problem. I said, yes, that's why you are here, or else you would have gone to some cinema. Tell, what is the problem? Problem is, my husband left me. I said, this is a problem or a solution? No, I know you will make joke, but please tell me seriously. I said, all right. See, now we have got 2 children, they are in their house, and we were 2 staying together, and we were pretty happy. And one day suddenly he comes and tells me that I want to live my own life, so bye-bye. And no reason, there is nothing, we are not fought, we are not done anything. And he just left me, and therefore I have got depression. So please tell me what I should do. I said, listen now, you all listen properly. I said, your husband is happy or miserable? He said, he is happy. I said, he is wise, you are otherwise. First, do you know why he is happy? Because he has rejected you, and you are feeling that you are a rejected one. Change the table. You take the strategy that you left him, he didn't leave you. Always quit the world before they tell you to get out. If you take this strategy in life, you will never be miserable. The other day in Bombay, yesterday only, I came somewhere Satyanarayana Puja. So I went for food. Strategy. So I went for food, and when the puja, everything was going on, I was sitting and then pretending that I am a great devotee of the Lord, close the eyes and go to sleep. Most of the people who sit in the puja closing the eyes, they have got that practice of going to sleep and pretending they are listening or meditation. I did the same thing. After that was over, food was being served. So one lady said, Swamiji, when you come, it is such a joy, We all feel so inspired, we are so happy. I said, Amma, whom are you fooling me? Meri Billi or Mere Se Meow? No, Swamiji, I am telling you the truth. I said, okay, Amma. 2006, I had not planned my program so far. I will come and stay with you for the whole year. Swamiji always cut jokes. I said, this is serious. I said, look here, you love me, you want me only because you know before my arrival that I am going. Isn't it? Now I go to Niru Ben's house. When I come here, I get such a warm welcome because they know. This is the strategy to live in this world. Live in any place, in any situation, as long as you are wanted. If we are not wanted, we should have the wisdom to leave the place. And this is what Bhagavan Sri Krishna did every time. Arjuna and Sri Krishna were together for many years. They were friends. They were having the relationship also, brother-in-law. Brother-in-law in English doesn't give that real joy. Sala, that is good, So they had all the good relationship. But during their all interaction, Bhagavan Sri Krishna never advised one single word to Arjuna. When Arjuna came himself and said, Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. O Lord, I am thy disciple, kindly instruct me. After that it was told. So what is the strategy if you really want to be successful in life? We must stop giving advice unsought. And this is what Bhagavan did in his life. He never advised anybody anything. And for that, we have to have a real abidance in the bliss that we are. If we function from the foundation of the bliss, you will never gather blisters in your life. But when we are functioning to gather the blisters, we forget the bliss that we are. The real strategy in your business, in your management, in your home, in your factory, anywhere is this. For no reason, for no compromise, for no logic, accept yourself to be miserable. If you study Bhagavad Gita in depth, you will come to know every statement Bhagavan Sri Krishna made in Bhagavad Gita is the life that he has lived through. See, when Bhagavan says, wise are those who never cry. Now see his whole life. With one wife, how many times you cry? Swamiji, secret. Okay. Because ladies can at least cry. Gents can't even cry. See the tragedy. So, he had refused to be miserable in life. So that commitment to that approach is the character or the case study that I have adopted in my life. What I am telling you is not what you should do. What I am telling you, what I have got from Mahabharat, Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavan Sri Krishna. One day, one person asked me, Swamiji, what is this? Anything we ask you to talk, whether it is management, whether it is your children's talk, whether it is a ladies' talk, whether it is a Upanishad, Ramayana, everywhere you come back only to be happy. I said, okay, be miserable. How does it matter for me? Because what is the message? Message is, the teacher starts from the second chapter. That prasanna chetaso yashu buddhi paryavatishthate. If you want to really achieve, pari means supreme. Don't take God meaning this time. If you really want to achieve something in life, the first foundation is you have to be happy. A miserable person cannot achieve anything in life. See? The secret of success of Bhagavan Sri Krishna's life is only this. He was happy in spite of so many wives. And we want to be happy because of wife. Impossible. You are trying to draw a line on the running Ganges water. It will never happen. And once you take this approach, friends, you have learned the best strategy in your life. So once you take this foundation, that under any set of circumstances, I refuse to be miserable, a happy person alone can think creative. A miserable person will always think destructive. A happy person alone has inner strength because happiness is an expression of bliss. Misery is an expression of blisters. Think. Only a happy person alone can sustain success. A miserable person, if he becomes successful, he doubts. He cannot even digest the success. There is one lady, she was talking to me, Swamiji, I am always, having very fear in my mind. I said, what can I do? Remove the fear. No, my fear is what, my husband is good, my children are good, we have got good business, everything is fine, everybody is healthy, there is no problem of any kind. But my fear is, किसी की नजर ना लग जाए. May we not be able to keep this joy all the time. Therefore, I am all the time happy, miserable. Now tell me, a person who discovers ways and means to be miserable, even when he or she is happy, God will fail to make that fellow happy. Therefore, the only strategy that Mahabharata tells every one of us, live like Bhagwan Sri Krishna. You decide, I am not going to take food on Ekadashi. You decide. And then you are hungry. Then you eat. But you decided that you are not going to take food. Yes, I decided. When I can decide this also. Why become miserable? Eat and enjoy. Otherwise, we suffer. I was asked this morning, Swamiji, what is your principle of life? I said, my principle of life is very simple. पेट को भर के रखो, दिमाग को खाली रखो. What we do, the other way around. Dimag is full, F-O-O-L, and the pet is empty. What is important is remain cheerful and happy like Bhagwan Sri Krishna did. And then any situation becomes a sport. I am coming to the last. Every situation becomes a sport. One day, one child asked me this question, Swamiji, how God punishes us? I told him, I said, look here. Suppose this is our cranium, head, skull, yes. He opens the skull like this. Then he sprinkles like the black pepper and salt and mirchi, the intellect, and he covers it. And then he leaves it. Thereafter, that fellow is intelligently miserable throughout life. A simple solution to all your problems in life. Simple solution. And that solution, Mahabharata tells. The whole Mahabharata story is a fight between I versus you. As long as I is there, you are bound to be there. As long as I and you are there, we are bound to talk about he or she. The whole Mahabharata begins. There are two stages through which our spiritual life has to go. Stage number one. We have to ultimately come to a point to live through the body and not as the body. We are all living as body on everybody. And as long as we live as body, differences are bound to be, frustrations are bound to be, and therefore live in this world in such a manner, live lightly, don't take anything seriously. As you are listening me. Don't take anything seriously. But when somebody calls us beautiful, we start thinking beautiful. They mean F-O-O-L. They don't mean really beautiful. When you want to get the work done, you praise the children. They will do the work. Therefore, Bhagwan Sri Krishna never lived as a body. We have to live through the body. Now the second step. Second step is, we have to also shed away this funny, wrong notion that we are a soul, S-O-L-E, constantly searching for a shoe. No. Give up even that. and let the infinite express through you in infinite ways. There will be no I left. The real strategy in life is to live without the load of the I that we are carrying. But this is what nobody will tell us. Because if I tell you the secret of life, you will never come to me. Like a doctor, he never cures a patient, he maintains the patient. Because he has to survive. Like the lawyers, like the psychiatrists. In the same manner, all Babajis, they will tie you down. If you go to some other Babaji, Guru Droha, and this mantra that I have given to you, that mantra alone is the best. And if you take another mantra, then dekh lunga. Then I'll see you. Friends, get out of all these gimmicks. Whole thing is explained in a simple way. The truth is alone, expressing in many ways. Like electrical energy alone is expressing in many bulb ways. So when one bulb is fused, nothing happens to electricity. There is no loss and there is no gain. Once you understand this technique, in this world, in the infinite, plus minus any quantity continues to be infinite. In this world, loss and gain, these are only mental hallucinations. None of them are ever true. Bhagavan Sri Krishna knew it. And therefore, when he arranged the mutual destructions of the Pandavas and Kauravas, when he arranged the mutual destructions of the Yadavas, he was not at all disturbed. This world has always been like this. There is nothing new in this world. You lead your life to succeed happily. That is the way. Normally, these questions come before us. Swamiji, is it not the right time for the Lord to take avatar? I say, why he should take avatar? This is the worst time. No, earlier it was also worse. No, never was so bad. I said, okay. Earlier the world was not so bad. Yes. Afterwards also the world will not be so bad. Yes. You were not there earlier. Yes. You will not be there afterwards. Now you are there. Yes. Do you know the reason why the world is so bad? Because of you. So what is the strategy? You change. Unless we change ourselves, all the strategies are wrong. And if our strategy is that I am going to encash every experience to grow, then every failure is a successful step. With this attitude, if we live, we have learned everything from Mahabharat. And Mahabharat is such a shopping mall. You get everything for everybody. Whether you want a pin or a car, you get everything there. Therefore, what we have to see from Mahabharat, like for a Bhagavad Gita. If you ask Shankaracharya ji, he will say Bhagavad Gita means only knowledge. In Gujarati, there is no knowledge. Knowledge. If you ask Madhvacharya ji, only bhakti, devotion. If you ask Ramanujacharya ji, only Vishishta Advaita. If you ask Bal Gangadhar Tilak, only karma. See? So what is said in Bhagavad Gita is different. What I see is different. All of us decide first to see what we want to see in this world. And with that biased vision, we look at the world, we are bound to be miserable. Look at the world as it is, without any biasness or frame. Then you will have the best strategy. Ishavastimidam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat. Once you start looking at the world as the Creator is looking at His world, that is the best strategy. In this world, we don't want to improve anybody. We want to accept everybody as he or she is. You have learned the most secret strategy to live happily. And if you are happy, then alone you can make others happy. There is one pamphlet which I want to distribute. This is the one A to Z of happiness. I will be distributing it to you, or if it has come to you, I will tell you how it was delivered. I was in South Africa, Port Elizabeth, and South Africa is fully infested with Gujaratis, so I was staying with them. One very sweet couple, husband, wife both went for work, daughters went to the school, and I was left at home with a dog. God I anyway have, a dog I didn't have. So the a reflection of the God is dog. So when I look at the dog and look at myself, I said, hey Krishna, here I am landed. And then I had a labor pain. And out of that labor pain, this baby was delivered in 30 seconds. No dystocia, no cesarean, no problem. And this baby, I am presenting it to you, A to Z of happiness. This is the strategy which I follow and which you all follow, so that your life will not be a Mahabharat. A, always be happy. B, be happy just like that. C, continue to be happy. D, don't even justify not being happy. E, everyone can try this and be happy. F, forgive and forget is the secret of being happy. G, God is happiness. H, having decided now, just be happy. I, if I am happy, I can make others happy. J, join the be happy moment happily. K, Krishna was happy in spite of so many wives. L, love happiness and be happy. M, meaning of happiness is being happy. N, nothing should stop us from being happy. Oh God, happiness is so simple. P, practice happiness to be happy. Q, question not how to be happy, just be happy. R, refuse to be unhappy and be happy. S, simple life is happy life. T, truth is happiness. U, undo the old ways and be happy. V, value happiness above everything. W, wise one is always happy in spite of the world. X, expect nothing if you want to be happy. Y, you have to be happy. None can make you happy. Z, zero down the miseries and be happy. Thank you very much.